Hi there. So I'm just going to leave footage. Oh, hold on. Not a good start. I'm just going to have footage playing in the background as I'm talking, but I'll introduce each one before it starts. So this means huge bright, which would also be big in relation to this. CLR, which is clear. Speed plus plus plus, which means that it could be very fast, but I think this might just be an acceleration, and then this tells you where that would be happening, which is right away that's happening. And then justice scales comes later at 3250. So I'll just keep that running and tell you about what's going on with the 3-day reveal. I'll just give you some background to that first. So back in July I noticed a couple of things. First, I noticed that other people weren't being allowed to see the UFO with me, which was a change, because in the right circumstances anyone was being allowed to see with me. But anyway, the first time I noticed it was with my mum, and I was out the back, and there was an absolutely enormous light. And oh, sorry, I just want to state one thing first. All of this is all of these sightings, what I'm showing you here, none of these are satellites, and that's because I checked on Heavens Above to see if they were satellites. They didn't even register on Heavens Above. But also they have changes. A lot of these sightings, they change from bright to dark, back to bright again, back to dark again. You know, things like that. And the only way would that something like that could happen would be that if this was happening around twilight, and it was a satellite that was catching the reflection of the sun. Sorry, I'll just keep that moving. And was just lucky enough that it kept catching the reflection of the sun, so that it was flickering like that, the way I've said, being bright and then suddenly dark. But I don't seek around twilight, which is when that could happen, when the sun would reflect off the satellite. I would be seeking 2 hours beyond satellite, or beyond twilight, which I call satellite viewing time, and I would only be filming what I could see with my eyes first. So let's just see that again, back to the start there. So I would only be filming what I would see with my eyes first. So it's not satellites, because I couldn't see them with my eyes first at the time when I would be usually seeking 2-3 hours beyond twilight. Okay, so back to the background story. Well, it's not a story, it's an account. So basically, yeah, so my mum wasn't allowed to see. She, there had been an enormous light out the back. She came out, and all of a sudden it was the size of a pea. And then I was down in my friend's house, and me and him were out for half an hour. We didn't see anything at all, not anything, nothing. And then we came in to grab something to eat. I went out for a smoke. When I was out for a smoke, I had a sense just to go up around the back of the house, which would be odd behaviour. And I had 2 sightings then at that point when I was up around the back of the house. So it seemed to me that that they wanted just me to see on my own, you know. And then also at that time I was noticing that I would be filming something mad in the sky, and filming something mad in the sky. I'm going to go on to this. Well, we'll just skip the scales of justice, keep it simple. Yes, huge, bright, fast. It goes dark, and then it disappears. It might not disappear. It might be a cloud. These are all things that I have to check. It might have went under a cloud, but you'd be able to tell if it disappeared if there's other lights visible around there, or if it was a cloud, if there was other lights, because then why would the other lights be visible? So right, let's go. Yes, so I was noticing that I might be thinking, when I would be looking at a sighting, what would people think of this? What would people think of this? This is mad. This is crazy. They've got to see the madness of this, you know. And almost to the second that I'd be thinking that my sightings would start to lessen, or else just finish completely. Um, so I was getting a sort of a lesson here that look, your focus should just be on what you're seeking, and so that's what I started to do. I started to just, when I would be seeking, I'm good at this. I can focus on something really, really deeply, and so I did just focus on what I was seeking, and yeah, that worked to great effect, you know. And so then I decided on the 16th, you know, just this one is M bright clear, so medium bright and it's clear. So this was on the 16th, and on this time, the 16th, I said, right, for the next 3 days, whatever you show me, I'm not going to show it for 3 months, 6 weeks, and 9 days. I won't show it, or I won't even speak about it. Or, well, show pictures or describe it. You know, the only thing I've said so far is Laughing Looper. I've just mentioned that name from the 3-day collection. So I did stick to my word for those 3 months, which was difficult because I had already seen Join Duo, and I was really tempted to share that because it was, you know, clearly not normal, you know. But then later, I have come across, only recently in this past month, I've come across Laughing Looper in there, and I have delayed it completely. I won't be showing it at all. Notice how this was fast and then now it's slow. That's something that you're always looking for in your lights, anomalous lights. Any sort of change, fast, slow, small, big, dark, bright, any sort of change is not the way satellites behave. And if you ever have the chance to film a satellite, you'll see this, you know. So anyway, back to the story. Well, back to the discussion. So yes, the Laughing Looper was just so amazing, just kept giving so much that I have decided that I haven't even figured it all out yet, you know, that I'm not going to share it until I have completed it, figured it out, and also I'm more sure of a larger audience for seeing it, because I believe this is smoking gun footage and I want as many as possible to see it. But we'll see how that goes. So I'll just finalise by showing you what I have here. This is the week of the 17th and the 9th, and there's all the footage there. And if you look in the folder, there's 2 light up the top there, but that could be stars. Join Duo, you've already seen. Laughing Looper, I'm not revealing. Jupiter Flyby, I'll speak about that tomorrow. But footage, I'm basically showing you anything with the number sign on it. Okay, so all the best for now. That might be it for tonight. We'll see.